Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had a great new year. It's good to see everybody online here. I hope you can hear me really well. Let me straighten up my
Fantastic.
Let's see. I'm going to mute everybody for a second. Today is January the 4th, 2023, and I'm excited to be here, see all the wonderful new people online here. Hope everybody, Santa Claus was good to everybody, and the new year and all your resolutions stand and hold. And so anyway, so welcome to today's training. So thank you, Jose. And today, it's just kind of like a brand new start, brand new, fresh breath of fresh air. The weather's nice. It seems like it's spring outside, but I know we're going to have another cold front or so. So that's okay. We're used to it. Texas weather is kind of crazy, but at least this time of year, we're not way up north. So it's kind of nice. But anyways, went out to Salt Lake City, Utah for end of the year presentations and end of the year ceremonies. And y'all should be proud of the company. I'm proud of the company. SNL doing a lot of great things. You're going to see a lot of neat things in 2023. I'm going back out for some more. We've got a training session going on the end of January, and we've got some great new things going to be rolling out for everybody here with the company. So I'm looking forward to it. And I posted something today about, and it had a casket on it on my Facebook. It just said, how many people are you going to protect in 2023? So I think this is really a great time to think about this, is how many people, when December rolls around in 2023, how many people did I protect? And that's really what we do. We serve and we protect people. We use our knowledge, we use our license, we use our opportunities, and we protect people. It's not about the company you write with or the product. It's just that you do it. And it's all about, at the end of the day, did I talk to people? Did I tell them what we can do for them? Did I really portray that I'm not just here to sell you something? Did we really portray that I'm here to serve you? I'm here to serve you better. And I know everybody that jumped online today is here to do that, to learn a little bit of a nugget or a token or an opportunity to protect your people better. And that's what I'm here for. I am here riding in the car with you virtually. I am here to help you. I'm here to be your liaison. I'm here to solve any problems, help, and I want to be that for you. So thank you so much for jumping on to the training today. We have a small enough group. If you feel like, or if you want to chat, there's a chat button down here, and I'm going to type hello in it. First of all, if anybody can chat or can unmute, can y'all hear me? I hope so. I hope I'm not on mute.
We can hear you fine, Keelan.
All right, super. Thank you, sir. So any questions that you may have, pose them in the chat box or unmute yourself. If not, I'm going to do a helicopter high-end kind of approach today. Just a review for those of y'all that have heard me before, or a brand new for people that never have that are on the line here, about our product, what it kind of looks like, where we're going with it, how you write it, where you send it in, just some of the basic Crayola type stuff that we all have to sit back and really, after the holidays and everything, maybe you're brand new to us and you've been writing with another carrier company, maybe you're brand new to the whole environment. But I just want to get a taste of the final expense and a taste of the blue SNL on your tongue today, and show you the tools and repeat it if you've seen it before. And I'm sorry, but I think it's always good to get back to the basics, because at the end of the day, we go see people, we protect them, we write the policies, and then we go back and we talk to them again, and then we go on to the next person. So it's always, when you get back to the next person, regroup, refresh. It's a new appointment. It's a new presentation. And last week, if you missed it, I did a presentation on how to present the product. How do we talk to people about what we have? I'm going to be posting that on my YouTube channel today, so you can go back and look at it. So I'm going to fly you through a couple of things here, kind of helicopter approach of what we do, where to find things. And that way, when we get deeper into the process, you'll know where to go to look for it. Because I think it's always important that I not only tell you where things are, but I show you also. That way you can get there fast, because your time is valuable, Your time is important to me and to the client also. So I want to make it easier for you in 2023 to get that done. So I'm going to turn off looking at myself right now because it's not very pretty. I need a haircut, and I did shave kind of, but it's getting a little gray. So I better hit that just for men pretty soon. But anyways, did turn 48 in December, so I'm getting a little old. You know, I'm already old, but older. So, but anyways, thank y'all for joining on. I'm going to turn this off, and then we're gonna get going a little bit. That was me a few years ago. Look at that. Anyway, so so if we jump into here, hopefully y'all can see this page right here. I'm sharing my screen. I want you to write this down. This is what I developed last year. It was kind of a project of mine because I wanted a place, this little thing over here. I wanted a place where everybody could go and take kind of like a 7-step process, a training, a step-by-step kind of education into Security National Life. So I developed.
Keelan, we're not seeing your screen.
Okay, let me share it again. Thank you. What about this time? Can you see me now?
Hang on. Nope.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do something.
Oh, I'm
else
sorry.
here.
I'm sorry. It was on my other monitor. You're good.
You got it here?
You're good, brother.
All right. Cool deal. Thank you, though. Anytime y'all can't hear me or can't see me, somebody scream at me. So, so we know I'm not talking to myself here. So navigating the agent portal, you'll see these 7 steps. These are small little YouTube videos that I've done. For example, this will jump you into this one. And that's not me right there. That's just a ad. So there. Good afternoon. This is Keelan Johnson with Security National. So you'll see when you jump into these are little bitty educational points. And I really believe that if you and or your agents or whoever it may be, can take these 7 steps, which are really important. For example, it kind of starts off elementary, navigating the portal. This is your agent portal over here. Everybody has one. So navigating that portal, understanding where things are at, that's important. Ordering your supplies. This is very important too. So you want your agents to be able to, and you want yourself to be able to get those supplies in your hands. And this is going to teach you and show you where to find those. And it will take you into this screen, obviously, and it will take you over to the side and teach you how to order supplies. That way you have a steady flow of presentations. You have your applications that you need for your state and for your people. And all those materials are free to use. So take advantage of that and order your supplies and jump in there and do that. And while you're in there, you can order a shirt. You can order a pad, folio, some pens, whatever you may do, maybe whatever you may want in there. So be sure to do that. Step 3, 2 ways to sell a policy. So we can sell policies in person. We can sell policies over the phone. I'm going to show you a little bit about that today. And then you go down to completing the paper application. How to complete the paper application. How to successfully go through there when you're sitting with someone and complete the paper application and get that successfully done. Step 5, completing the web application. So our web application is obviously right here on your portal. And when we talk about ways to do business, we talk about writing policies on paper in person and uploading it to the system right here. Or we talk about doing it over the phone or doing it over the computer. Okay, and that process is gonna get easier too in 2023. We've got some new technology coming. You're going to be excited about. So we always want to try to make it faster and easier for you to do that. All right. Underwriting. This is kind of takes a fly into the underwriting field and understanding our prescriptions and how to look those up. I'll show you that in a second. And your height and weight charts. How to know when you're talking to someone, how to answer the right questions, such as Mr. and Mrs. Jones. I need to know kind of what you're taking. It's kind of like Jerry Maguire, show me the money. It's like, show me your medicines. So we've got to know. And that's what Security National pays you commissions for, is to be that eyes and ears in the field and to get those medicines correct. And then your height and weight. And then step 7, a little icing on the cake, work your referrals and branding. I'm big on that. You're going to see me teach that, and I'm probably going to teach that tomorrow on my current agent training at 11:30. So for those of y'all that are brand new, I do a new agent training. This is, or a refresher, call it, every Wednesday for new people that want to jump in and go, I need a refresher course, or I need to know a little bit about the basics here, or I want to go back and learn from some square one or whatever it may be. This is the one you want to join on Wednesdays. And then on tomorrow's, it's kind of more of a detailed topic or subject that I'll jump into and we'll discuss and kind of go through. So, and branding yourself. I'm so big on branding. I'm so big on branding. I believe in today's time, there's a lot of competition out there. Let's just get real. There's a lot of maybe life insurance agents, maybe not, but if you brand yourself correctly and you say, hey, I am the person. In 2023, branding is so important. What is brand name? What is your specialty? What are you special at? Are you just a life insurance agent, or are you a family protector? I protect families in particular. What does that mean, Keelan? That means that I make sure that when that day comes, when, WHEN, not if, when that day comes, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to be there. And you'll hear me say over and over and over, I'm going to turn on my video for this. Wait, chat. Can you please? Oh, that's a good one. So yeah, let me jump on that one too. But I want to be sure that in 2023, we're there to serve people and protect, not sell things and make commission, serve and protect. And when you take that approach, you'll hear me say over and over and over, it's not a matter of if, it's when you pass away, Mr. Jones. I want to be the one that delivers that check, or I want to be the one responsible for giving you that money, or I want to be the one to make sure that I'm on the front pew of that funeral home hugging your neck, not on the back one trying to get out the back door because I did not write the policy, or I forgot to, or I was scared to ask you. I want to be on the front pew of that one. So anyways, I have to get passionate about that. You see me get passionate, but I really am about that because I do my job, because during my career with Security National Law, my goal is to see how many families y'all and everybody can protect. And that's what I want to do. I want to see how many policies, how many families we can protect, how many families we can do the right thing for. That's what my goal is at the end of my career, with this company, 20, 30 years, whenever it is. Okay. But that's my goal. So help me get to my goal, which you will too. And I think that should be all of ours. It's the average age of death is 77. How many years do we have left, to protect these people? And every year goes by, you just saw, daggum on the field, the football field, that gentleman, things are happening, so anyways, I'm going to field a few questions. Says, can you complete a person application using an iPad? Great. If your handwriting is raggedy, absolutely. So you can use the iPad to, if you have an Adobe reader, you can use the paper. And what's cool about it is coming up, this year, we're going to have an iPad where you can sign it, and touch it and sign it, also an application. So yes, you can use complete an application using an iPad. So what you would, again, if you have an Adobe reader, you can complete it. If not, you can go in on your iPad and go into your web app right here. And you don't require a signature, but you can use the web app on your iPad and submit it right here. Okay, so that's fine. Hope that answers your question. So let's keep flyby here, and so I see the chats, and that's good. So we're going to go into here. So again, write this down up at the top left, finaltraining.us, finaltraining.us. All right, so you'll see that right there, finaltraining.us. That's going to be one of your home bases, to where you can go in there and you can watch these videos, and because when you sharpen your business, which is it's everybody's business. Each person has their own business. When you sharpen your business and you sharpen your education and you get fast with it, then that provides confidence that you can go in and talk to these people and go, no, you know what? I've got a great company that I write with, and we can definitely protect you. It gets hard if you've got tool belt on full of 10 different companies and you've got to have underwriting on this one, oh, the background on this one, and how do I sign this one? And you're kind of all over the place. So, so hopefully we can be that carrier for you. We can be that company that you want to protect families with when you know they need a final expense plan. So that's what we want to be. So finaltraining.us. The second site and the second opportunity that I have that I've built for everybody is this toolkit. So it's like working on your car. I'll tell you, just put up a barn door upstairs in our bathroom. And I don't know if you've ever hung a barn door in a bathroom or going into a bathroom, but you've got the rails and you need a screwdriver and you need, you know, a level, you need a drill, you need a socket, a 1/2-inch socket, you know, just about 7 or 8 tools. And without either one of them, you can't put it up. It just won't go up because you got to be able to drill, you got to be able to screw, you got to be able to use a hex bolt socket, you got to be able to use a level. And if you're off a smidgen, that's a word for a little bit, the door is going to be unequal. It will slide to one end or slide down the other end. The door itself weighed 165 pounds. So getting it up the staircase was tough too. So, you know, the more tools that we can have, and especially not the more tools we can have, but if we can put them in the right place. You know, I am very bad about my garage and my tools getting scattered everywhere and I can't find them. And then I have to go in about once every 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, so all right, I'm going to organize them back in and put them in the right spot, or put them in a spot I can find them. And then I find out that I've got 17 pairs of pliers because when I couldn't find one, I went to the store and bought it. Guys, y'all know what I'm talking about. But it just happens. But so I built this right here. If you look at the top, final expense life.us. So both of the sites are .us. One of them is finaltraining.us. The other is finalexpenselife.us. And this is your toolkit. This is your go-to. This is where because here's the thing. I love the company to death, but these things over here and these drop downs, and go to one of these over here and then go to the right and then go to here and go down and go here. And, you know, and every company has it. They have to. But I would rather have it, and what I've done is just put it in one spot where you can scroll up and down with your mouse, or over here on the sidebar with your finger on your phone, and you can find anything you need. Okay, so I like it that way, and I hope you do too. But this is yours to use. Let me fly you through here a little bit, show you some of the basics of what we've got here so you can find it. Let me make sure there's not any questions over here. Perfect. Hope everybody can still hear me well. And so I'm going to keep going. So in here, you're going to find, kind of in the start, you'll find the how-to section, weekly recorded trainings. So just like today, I'm recording this. I will put this out there and start building these new videos in there. So I've been doing these. Well, a month ago was my last one. I did one last week. I'll put that up today. But anyways, all the way down to over a year ago, I've been recording all of my trainings. So if you're needing a little extra help on you know, working digital leads, there's that one. If you need a little help on ordering your supplies, there's that one. Navigating the portal, again, presenting the product. So how do I present the product in front of people? What do I talk about? What do I use? Okay, so some of these things every 3 or 4 months, I redo them and make them fresh, and then some of them I just leave in here. So I probably need to clean this out, but I do have a YouTube channel. There it is right there. So if you need any help, or you need training on something specific, then jump in there and grab a video. And again, you can get there right here. Uploading an application in the portal with your phone, that basically means that if you have this portal, which is your agent portal, open on your phone, you can actually go in and take a pic. You can actually go in and hit this upload button right here with your phone, and it will take you right to the opportunity to where you can take a picture of the application or correction, send it straight to the company. So if you have a paper application, you can hover your phone above it, shoot pictures of it, and shoot it into the company and go on to the next client. So you don't have to use a scanner and upload it and try to find it 15 feet deep in a file somewhere. You can use your phone there to upload any of your applications. All right. How to sell a policy in person. I'm not going to go through that one completely today because I'm kind of doing a flyby. But basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to get your presentation. So this is your presentation, and I'm going to upload a video of it because I went through this presentation last week and I really liked the video on it. So you get your presentation right there, and then you get and we have it in English and Spanish for anybody. And then you get your funeral planning fact sheet. These are the two things you're going to use that we have, which goes through here and really talks about a lot of the things that are going to be needed, a lot of the things that are going to have to be paid for. And this really sets the stage for us as to when you're talking to Mr. and Mrs. Jones, you can say, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, we know that a funeral is $8,000 to $10,000 these days and going up every year, just like gas or whatever. Everything's going up. But we also know there are other things that are going to have to be paid for in addition to just the funeral. In addition to just the funeral, you got a lot of things to pay for and a lot of things to think about. So that, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, is why we look at going in and writing policies for $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, because we know that it costs extra money. The list following decisions need to be made right here in a matter of hours. So when we present the product, and I want you to go back and watch it, and I'll do it again for anybody that wants to listen to it, then it talks about how do we go and transition and build value. How do we build value to the client? How do we build trust? And these are the ways that we do it. We have a funeral planning fact sheet here, and we have a presentation piece that really allows them to go in and put all their information into this form. Really allows for them to write down their families, write down the things they have, write down any of instructions they may have, write down their pallbearers, and they take that. And when they take that right there, and they have those two things together, and they have the funeral planning fact sheet, and they have the presentation piece, and you're giving them something of value, they're going to trust you because you have now allowed them to have two of those presentation pieces, Mr. Jones and Mrs. Jones. They're going to write all their personal information in there. And then when you get through, you're going to say, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, this is your personal information, and put this in a safe spot. And then you say this clearly. You say, when, with the WHEN, when I deliver the policy, or when the policy is delivered back to you, you'll have these two things. You can put it with the policy, put it in your sock drawer or wherever you put it, and you're good to go. Because that means that you're going to release the burden that your family would have to have. You're going to release the burden. And now they're saying thank you. I heard a guy the other day, one of the new agents, I was talking to him, and he had something very, very unique that he tells people. And he said, he told his kids, also, he said, when I pass away one day, and y'all are going to remember me for what I've done for you, and so do most of us. We are all going to remember the loved ones that we had. But he also said, but you know what, really, you're going to remember too? The last thing I did do or didn't do for you. The last thing that I didn't do or did do for you. If I leave you hanging and I leave you having to pay for all my stuff and clean up my mess, if I leave you and making you pull out your checkbook, pull out your wallet, you're going to remember me for it. And, good, bad, or indifferent, it still puts a bad taste in your mouth. A lot of people say, I don't know why mom or dad didn't have this taken care of, or I don't know why Aunt Judy didn't have this taken care of. So that's what he said. And that he uses that in his presentation. He says, when I do presentations and stuff, he goes, I tell people, You know, your kids are going to remember the last thing you did too, or didn't do for them. So I thought I would share that with you because that really hit home to me really, really big. Like, you know, sometimes you just got to get blunt with people and go, dadgummit, let's make sure we take care of this. All right. So you got the funeral planning fact sheet and you have the presentation piece. So those are both there. So you gather your stuff, you go to the people's house, you have your application, paper application, you shake their hands, hug their necks, do your presentation, complete the application, and then you send it into the company through your upload. The second way we have to do it, obviously, is over the phone. So no matter what state you're in, if you're licensed in it, or you want to do it over the phone, you know, another town over. This is the beauty of what COVID did for us. It allows us now to do business over the phone. You still have your supplies. I still advise you have the presentation out to where you run through it, you talk through it, just because you don't want to get stuck on the phone and go, oh, I don't know what to say. So it gives you something to talk about. Hey, our company's been around since 1965. We're solid. We are, you know, and you're going to see this too. Our company is built in an umbrella to where we have several different working pieces to it. We are the final expense. We do have a pre-need division they basically package up funerals. We have a mortgage division, and that's kind of struggling right now with the high interest rates. Then we own assets, we own buildings, we own crematories and mortuaries and everything else. So we have a very unique structure. We are stock owned SNFCA. So we're a stock owned company, which means there's a board of directors that runs the company. And that's good for you and me too, because we're not just at the decision of one person. We're at the decision of the board of directors. Very strong, stable company. You're going to see some life insurance companies kind of go to the side in the next 2 or 3 years, especially with the recession. And the reason is because when you take money and we take premium, we have to invest it. The company has to invest it and make money so that we can pay claims out later. So we have a very unique structure where we're able to take our money, work with the mortgages, work with the assets, and diversify, and also keep up with our reserves. So you should know that life insurance companies have reserves. That means money set back to pay claims. It's called reserves. And you're going to see some of the smaller companies that aren't capitalized start falling off the next couple of years. So it's important to you to tell the people we're very strong and the money's going to be there when you pass away. When you pass away, okay? But selling a policy over the phone, you again jump in here and do the web app right here. Jump into the web app, complete that. And if you're brand new to us, go into your web app. I challenge you. Here's a piece of homework, please. Go in here and fill one of these apps out for yourself. Matter of fact, if you write a policy on yourself, you get paid full commission on it. Okay, so just know that you get paid full commission on a policy on your own self or your family. Now, it will be paid as earned because it's controlled business, but you still get paid full, commission. So look at your commission schedule, commission structure, and sometimes you may be making money by writing your own policy for the first year. And here's the other thing. When you write your own policy, you're not only a part of the company, you're a customer too. And that makes a lot of sense when you sit down with someone. So how are you going to sit down with someone and go, yeah, well, no, I don't really do business with them. I'm just riding with them. No, you need to do business with the company that you're riding with also, because it's very important. Because I'll tell you what, when it gets down to, well, I'll show you in a minute about our product. It's a very strong whole life product. And I think everybody needs to have a policy. And again, but if you don't, then that's okay. Go in here and play around, complete this information for yourself. You can go through this right here. You can hit continue and go to the next screen. You can even go through all of that and go to the next screen, and it won't submit until the very final. But go in there and play with it to where you get comfortable with it. And again, we're going to this year make some changes and make it easier and quicker, but it's already pretty quick. So web application is right there. Rate calculator is very easy to use, so you can download that. It is a URL. It's not an app on your phone. So when you click right here on the rates, you can go to rate calculator and you've got your preferred, standard, or modified. It says loyalty on mine. We won't get into that, why that is, because it's a career program that we have. But most of y'all will just say preferred, standard, or modified. And then you'll have the simple security plan, simple plan. And then you'll have security care plan, and I'll get to that, and iCare and MIB. Very easy rate calculator to use. One cool thing I like about it, you can use any state you want. Let's just say we got a 60-year-old, $10,000 female non-tobacco. We do have 2 riders on our policies. We have the child rider, so you can write a policy and put in $10,000 here if you have kids. Now, one stipulation, the kids have to be under the age of 18, and they can't, they will fall off at age 25. And also before I forget, 2 things. We are one of the true Social Security billing companies that are out there. Okay, and true Social Security billing means that if a payday falls on a holiday or a weekend, and then we collect the money before the weekend, because that's when Social Security pays the people. And the reason that you don't want, some companies like Trans and Foresters and those guys, they take the money on the next Monday. Well, lots of times the bank won't have any money in it by Monday. These people, you got to know, they're on Social Security, and they need that money. So lots of times they take it out and forget about their payment and stuff, and then you get a non-sufficient fund that it cancels. So we're one of few true Social Security billing companies, and we take the TIN number, ITIN number or TIN number instead of the ITIN number and the TIN instead of the social. So you can use that too. Accidental death, we can go up to $20,000, and basically what that's going to do is double indemnify your plan. So if you got 10,000 there, you can do 10,000 down here, and that will be 20,000. A lot of agents go ahead and automatically just add that ADB rider, accidental death benefit rider, on it, just because they're able to tell their people, hey, we're protected for 10,000 on natural causes, but if it did have an accident, it would be 20,000 to your family. And it only adds about a couple more dollars. But there are other carriers out there and other agents with other companies, I'm not saying who, but that will go in and tell people, like this policy, they'll tell people, yeah, I'm going to write you up for $20,000. Well, it's not necessarily true. If the person dies of a heart attack in 2 years, they're not going to get $20,000. That's not an accident. They're going to get 10. But they sell it that way to make the people believe that they're getting a bigger policy. And then when they call you back, the client calls back and says, no, I'm not going to go with you anymore because Joe Blow came by and he's going to get me a $20,000 policy for the same price. And you're going, that rascal, he came in there and fibbed to her, told her it was 20 when it's only 10. All he did was add the rider. So just be careful, just let you know. But if you calculate the policy here, you come up $40. EFT and bank draft is where we need to be going. EFT, because that is the least expensive way to go, and also it pays you 9 months worth of advance, so it pays you advance. Credit card right here, you can use that, and it will be as earned monthly direct. We also take the Direct Express card, so we take that as the Social Security billing card. So Direct Express card, we take that too. But let's say Mrs. Jones didn't like that. Well, no, that doesn't fit in my budget. Let's say, well, Miss Jones, what can you afford? We hit back to calculator, and Miss Jones says, well, I can probably do $30. Go in here and put $30 in there and hit calculate, and it will show approximately what Miss Jones can afford for $30. So let's just call it 7,000. I'm hitting my back to calculator, and I'm always going to solve for premium. Throw my 7 back in there. I'm good to go. Calculate. All right, Miss Jones, I even saved you 22 cents. So, or 32 cents, my bad. So it's $29.68. 7,000 still going to get you a nice funeral, Miss Jones. So we're going to do that because I want to make sure it fits your budget. So no matter how you sell, you can use premium or you can use face amount. So that's what I like about the calculator there, is because you can go in and do that. All right. Tools. This is where I want you to really play around a little bit or really focus on that. Let me jump a chat here. What is TIN number? TIN number is tax identification number. So a lot of people that don't have a social security number will have a tax identification number. So that's called a TIN number. Okay. So if I missed it, I apologize, but the policy written on oneself, the commission is as earned. Yes, that's correct, Steve. So you will get full commission all 12 months, so if you're paying $50 a month, depending on what commission schedule you're on, you may get $50 back. You may get 55, may get 45, depending on how old you are or whatever, but it will be paid every month as you pay it. So it's just a robbing Peter to pay Paul type deal. Hope that answers your question there. So this is really where I want you to focus a little bit on. And I really have kind of thought about this a lot. And I think these are some great tools. We'll run through just kind of a high-end overview here of what each one of them is. And then I'll get y'all out of here. So I promise to get you out of here by 12:30. So these are the policies that we have right now. And this is the core product, Simple Security Plan. This is the one that you're going to use about 92% of the time. Ages 40 to 90. Okay. So always go to your Simple Security Plan. That is your core product right there. If you have somebody under 40 and they need a little $15,000 policy, kids or whatever it may be, you can use the Security Care Plan. One other thing that we do have also, and some people use it, some people don't, is we do have a 10-pay and a 20-pay policy. Okay. So if you have someone that wants to pay up a policy in 10 years or 20 years, we can use those too. The 10-pay is actually a really good financial deal. It's a little bit more premium, but at the end of the 10, you pay nowhere near what the face amount is. So take a look at that. If you have any questions on that, get in touch with me. We can go over that on a one-on-one basis. The MIB plan is going to be for people that are really unhealthy. They have some health issues. That's going to be people, dementia, Alzheimer's, dialysis, those things. But it is a growing plan, and it does grow every year. So, and we don't check medications on that one. So if you have someone that doesn't fall, we can still write a guaranteed benefit plan up to $10,000, and it's still a good plan. They actually earn great interest rate on their money, and they're protected. And then we have our eye care plan that actually only goes up to $30,000. So disregard this. So it's up to 30, and that's going to be for our younger people that want a little bit more coverage than just the 15,000. So you see the healthy people, 25 to 55. We rarely write this policy, but it is there for you. So just know, when you're looking at the product, what do I write? What is our core product? Simple, 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 simple. Simple plan, then your security care plan, and then your MIB if you need be. Okay. So those three things. All right. So the second thing is that I've kind of put together a simple security plan, a PDF. You can use this and give it to people or print it off or whatever you want to. And this just really says what we do. We go from ages 40 to 90 on the simple, up to 35,000, day one coverage, no telephone interviews. So back to this, when you're doing a paper application, you do not have to call the company. You send it to the company and you're done. Only time you need to call and do a phone inspection or a phone verification is when you're doing it over the computer. And that's going to change. We're going to do things a little bit different in a month or so. But for right now, we do a phone verification over the phone with home office. I like it actually. And the reason I like it is that lots of times I get in a rush or I start writing fast or typing fast and I'll miss some details. And I also like to solidify the sale. And I know all of y'all have probably seen some marketing or sales classes on solidifying the sale. That means to make it solid. That means to make sure that it doesn't fall off the books. Okay, so when I take that third party, which is home office, and they answer the questions and they ask the questions too, and it's only about a 5-minute deal. They don't go through the health questions. They just go through name, address, date of birth and things. But when I do that, then I'm able to double clarify and solidify the sale. Okay, so just know that we need to do a phone verification when you do the application, okay, through the computer. All right, the simple security plan, also we have it in Spanish. A height and weight chart. This is very important for you to know, because here's the thing. The simple security plan, for example, we've made some changes, so we've made it more lenient for you. But for example, you've got 5'8" down here. You can go up to 274 for preferred and standard, and you can go all the way up to 310 for our modified. Okay, so 310 on 5'8". If they're over 310, you can still go into our security care plan and go 5'8", we'll go to 355. You can still write the person. If it goes over 355, you can still write the person into our MIB plan. So weight is never an issue as far as getting a policy from us. It's just where do we need to put them, okay? Because you want to try to put them into our best plan, which is the simple security plan here. So you're going to want to get them into that one whenever you can. But the height and weight chart is easy for you to jump right in there and look. Rate book and underwriting guide right here, okay? So if I get to the rate book, you should all get one in your startup packets. But again, this just goes through all of our product. As you can well see right here, simple security plan, day one coverages on preferred and standard, day one coverage on preferred and standard, and then our modified is a 2-year return of premium plus 10%. So it means that if the person were to pass away in the first 2 years from a natural cause, because we will pay you full benefit on an accident, but if it's a natural cause, then the beneficiary will get all the money back plus an additional 10% from us. Okay. Also, just be aware of your age bands here with us. We can go up to age 90, which we're one of few companies that does that. You can go up to age 90, but the client needs to be in this preferred or standard. Now you can go up to age 85 in our modified. Okay, up to age 85 in our modified, 10,000. So take a peek at that and make sure you know that's there. All right. And so we keep on going down to medications. This is cool. So medication guide is here. Just get familiar with it. You've got several different ways you can look medications up. On this computer, I can hit my search bar over here and go amlodipine. And it goes right there. And that is, for example, we can actually write up to 6 high blood pressure medications and still get a preferred. Once you go to the 6th one, it goes modified. You can look through here and look at some things. Currently, if you have current cancer, it's a decline. But once you're 90 days cancer free, we go modified. And once you're 2 years with cancer free, we can go preferred. COPD modified, alcoholism modified, diabetes depends on how many units of insulin you're taking. If it's under 100, we can go day one. Seizures, we write people with seizures that are modified. You just can't have had one seizure in the last 30 days. COPD modified, kidney disease is modified. So you kind of see where we're going. So play around in here. 90% of these medications you're not ever going to see. And then if you have some medications you want me to look up, just text them over to me. I'll be glad to help you out. I'm here to help you out with all your policies or any of them you need to help with. So, but this is the Bible. This is your medication Bible. And I wanted it to be right here for you whenever you need it. Referrals. Can't say it enough. We missed so much business on referrals. So we have produced a very simple elementary referral sheet, and here's how it goes. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, are you happy with the product? You're happy with the policy we wrote? If you don't mind, I'm going to ask you a few questions, and if you don't mind, fill this out for me, while I wrap up here. Just hand it over to them, or if you feel more comfortable, ask them in person. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, did I make you feel comfortable? You remember when I talked about kind of solidifying the sale? Mr. and Mrs. Jones, did I make you feel comfortable? Sure, Keelan. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, are you happy with the protection that we provided? Yes, Keelan. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, did I answer all your questions? Yes. Would you, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, on the last one, would you recommend me to friends, relatives, and neighbors? Yes. Okay, perfect. While I wrap up, if you don't mind, write down a few people that you think would be interested in visiting with me, because I want to build my business with people just like you. I want to build my business with people just like you, and look them in the eye and go, you're my type of people. I'll have a great time with y'all today. I really want to protect you, but I'm in the business to protect people, and I want people just like you. And if you don't mind, put some people down, and that way I can visit with them. I won't bother them. I'm just going to tell them that I did business with y'all, and that y'all said that we might, they might want me to come by. Okay. So referrals. So we built that little referral form for you to make it easy. So when you go in, you can just print that off and give it to people. Who can we write? This is kind of a cool deal. You may want to print this off, but I just kind of put this together because I'm a visual guy. When you really look at it and you really look at who we can write versus who we can't, it really kind of, here's the deal. When you go out and you're at Walmart, you're at Target, you're at Best Buy, whatever, and you meet people, and you should meet people. And when you tell them I protect families, they're going to go, oh, well, you probably couldn't protect me because I had lupus and nobody protects people with lupus. Well, if you don't know that we can provide protection for people with lupus, then your response might be this, well, yeah, I don't know if we can protect them either. I need to go back and look at my rate book and see if we can. Well, by that time, you've already lost the client. You've lost their trust. You've lost their faith. Because people, here's the deal. People like to self-diagnose themselves. So people like to go in and say, yeah, you couldn't care. I was with State Farm and they wouldn't write a policy on me, or Farmers or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I used to work for Farmers, but anyways, they couldn't do it. So y'all probably couldn't do it either. Okay. Y'all couldn't do it either. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can absolutely do it. Okay. We can absolutely write you, because here's the things that we cover. Look at all those: heart disease, circulatory, kidneys, neuropathy, amputation, cerebral palsy, paranoia, schizophrenia, alcohol, drug abuse, muscular dystrophy, blah, 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 COPD. Okay. All of these things, okay, we can cover. So I put that into play for everybody to be confident. I got a couple of questions here. Modified, Jose, modified means that if you qualify for modified, a lot of people call it a waiting period. I don't like the word waiting period. I just want to try to get that out of the system and get that out of our vocabulary. I like to call it, a 2-year period that if something happened to you in that 2-year window, then your family, your beneficiary, is going to get all the money that you put into the policy back. Plus, we're going to pay an additional 10% on top of that. Now, if you die in an accident, we pay you the full 10,000 or full 20,000. Okay. So that's what's important there, to know that within those 2-year period. But here's the thing: they're going to get a waiting period on most any company that these people have got COPDs, chronic heart failure. They got things that aren't going to get better. They can just be taken care of. Okay. So that's maybe hopefully what modified means. Hopefully that makes sense. On the child rider, do we ask child's info, and are there questions? So good point there. So on the child rider, so if you jump into your handy dandy little portal here, you can go over to order supplies, and I will show you real quick on applications. So let's just take a simple security plan right here. So the child rider looks like this. And again, for those of y'all that are online, we don't need the COVID questionnaire anymore. So don't worry about the COVID questionnaire. That's, thank you, a thing of the past. And so here is what the questions right here. For the child rider. Has the proposed insured been treated positive for, taking medicine for any of the following? Okay, so these are the things that would be a knockout for a child rider. Okay, so maybe that answers your question. It's on the bottom of that application. Actually, it's on the second page. Okay, so hopefully it answers that question for you, Cindy. All right. So illustration, this is very important. This is my policy that I wrote on myself several years ago. Okay, I told you I turned 48, so I wrote this when I was 41. So it's actually been in play. Oh my gosh, 7 years. So, but here's a summary of it. Here's what I like to tell agents, and I think all of you know it, but that's okay. I'm going to repeat it one more time. We have a very good whole life product that we're writing here. You're writing a very solid whole life product for these people. And a lot of people, what kind of product is this? Is it a term? Is this a decreasing term? Is this one of those IUL things? No, this is a true whole life product. And I truly believe it is the core basis of all life insurance. And I've sold them all. I've been Series 663, VULs, IULs, term, all that. This is the one that will always be there for you. But this is mine. You see the annual premium right here, annual premium. Okay, it's $410. I'll do quick math. In 20 years of this policy, I will pay $8,200, $8,200. But my policy will be worth $6,000 at that time, $6,053. So I could actually cash my policy in, say I'm done paying for it, take my $6,000 and be done and be over with. Okay, I could do that. And I would have paid $8,200. I get $6,000 back, and I was protected for $20,000 for 20 years. Now, I don't want to do that. The second thing is I could take out a loan. I could take out a loan, $3,000 or $4,000 if I wanted to out of my policy, and then pay myself back. Or I could do a paid up benefit. What does that mean? That means on the paid up benefit, that means when I'm 61, which will be 20 years from 41, then I can take a paid up benefit, which means I don't pay premiums anymore. I lock the policy in for not 20, but 12,366. I put it in the sock drawer. I tell my kids, I say, hey, this is where it's going to be. Okay. This is where it's going to be. We got it all ready for you. That way, when I pass, you'll know where it's at. I can lock it in. So the point of this is that just knowing that you have the confidence, and I suggest you write your own policy. You get an illustration in the policy, just like this, your illustration, and you're able to go show people, hey, look, this is what the policy does. So yes, the question is, when you got people that they come up and say, do I have to pay this policy all my life? And what if I pay more than what it's worth and stuff? Well, listen, man, if you could pay $35 a month to live to 99, I'd do it every day. But there also are going to be some time frames in there that you could now take the money out. Now, we don't want to really preach this to our clientele because a lot of times we deal with middle and low income, with people that's tight on money. And if they know this money's in there in 4 or 5 years and there's $700 there, they could have a reason to take that out, and then they cancel their policy, and then we're back to square one. Okay. So just want to kind of show you that's very important to know that our policies are solid like that. All right. So give me about another 5-10 minutes and I'll have you out of here. But I wanted to show you, these things. Okay. Avenues of opportunity. I like the start of this little one. I want to show you something here. Did you know that here is a true fact? 50% of the population. So if you went into a room of 100 people, 50% of the population doesn't have or have any or enough insurance to pay for a funeral services. 50% doesn't have any or enough. So that's 50 people out of the 100. Second bullet point, 100% of the population will die someday. Okay, 100% are going to pass away. And a third bullet point, Security National Life can insure 95% of the population. Now, where does that leave us? When you walk into a room of 100 people, about 45 of those people to 48 of those people, you have a chance to write the policy on them. Now, that's good odds. I got a 45 to 48 to 50% chance. When I talk to someone about what I do, they're going to be interested or should be interested. 1 out of every other person is going to be interested or needs what I've got. There's not another product or an opportunity like that. Okay. That's why I love Final Expenses, because your audience is everyone. Okay. And here's the deal. The other people, that already have this taken care of, that's good because you use them as referrals. Well, hey, do you know someone that doesn't? Okay. So I like that. I just want to kind of bring that to attention because I think it's a big, bold, statement there. All right. Working digital leads, we won't go there too much, but we have been doing a lot of SEO leads and Google leads. They're inexpensive for us and for you. And again, you get lead credit on everything you sell, which means you get 10%. Everything that you write, you get an additional 10%, what we call lead credit. And when you build up lead credit, for example, you sell $2,000 or $3,000 in 1 month of business, you get $300 worth of lead credit. You can go right over here into our brand new lead store, which we just built. You can start a campaign. You can buy Facebook leads, Google leads, mailers. You can even work through telesales here. And we do telesales, but you can take live transfers. You can take live transfers. You've got a 2-minute buffer. We have an offshore call center, and then we have an onshore call center. Okay. When you have lead credit and you've earned $200 or $300, you can go in here and buy $200 worth of Facebook leads, 400. And guess what? We cut the cost in half for you. So we pay for half the cost with your lead credit. So you're taking a $20 Facebook lead and making it 10. You're taking an $11 Google lead and making it $5.50 here. Okay. And then you're taking these right here, 10 leads, which are $42 a piece, and you're turning them down to $21 for live transfers. Okay. You just need to be appointed in a bunch of states to do that. But the opportunity there is crazy. So what we try to teach, and this will be another lesson, or another opportunity, is that, hey, we have to be really good at calling people, leaving voicemails, email them, text them, call them, door knock, door. Today, in today's times, we don't know how they're gonna respond to us. Different age demographics and different areas respond differently. Some like to be text, some like to be called, some like to be emailed, and some like to blah. Okay, so we've got a lot of different ways to do business these days, and these tools right here are very good. I like to teach an app on your phone, so when you want to run leads, you've got 15 addresses in there. You put them in this app, and it optimizes your route. It's really cool. It's called Route for Me. It's an app on your phone. Haystack is another app on your phone. I love it because it creates a digital business card. So you're able to shoot that to people. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I'm going to send you my business card. That way you have it. I suggest everybody you talk to, you send a digital business card. That way they have it. A copy of the lead, and then a shirt to brand yourself. Okay, so that's working a digital lead, and we'll get into that in another topic on another day. Beating the lead is the same thing. Hit it from every angle. Call them, text them, email. So this is kind of a script you can go off of, a system that you can have as you work through leads and as you do leads. Okay, and then contact the company. This is the number also you're going to be using. If you do a web app, you'll contact 1-855, and they'll enter option 1, enter option 1 again. And you can do it in English or Spanish, and they will come online and they will help you out and get that policy issued. And then there's my personal information. Most of you already have gotten a text or a notification from me, and you will continue. I just like to be in touch with the agents. Okay, I've got a Facebook page, which is cool. I usually put some good things up there on Facebook page. So join me on Facebook and our group. We have a chat group in there called Final Expense in the South. And so that's where I put anything, a lot of times I put up, information that you can share with other people, and you can share with other potential agents and stuff, potential clients. All right, so you're going to be seeing a lot more of me now, coming January, and I'm going to be doing another webinar tomorrow on a specific topic. I haven't decided yet. This is being recorded. It will go into the YouTube channel. So I just want to finish here. We all have our phones. We all have our contact list. We all have our centers of influence. And I just ask you this question. Is 2023 going to be the year where you get to be known as the final expense expert? Okay. So Jose, I'll catch you on the, why don't you call me on that one too, on the calculator, 3,000 for leads. Okay. So will regulate post material? No, there are no regulations for posting on material on social media. So you can do that. How do you calculate the volume of $3,000 for leads? So yeah, call me and we'll talk about that one too. Is this going to be the year that we protect families? How many families are we going to protect this year? You know, and I want to be the one to help you do that, because we have a great opportunity. The COVID is over, so now we can still see people. We can get back out in the houses. We can get back out inviting people or talking to people. We have several opportunities now to either do paper or web. We have, and everybody is aware right now. Everybody, the awareness is so high. They've seen people pass away. They've been a part of people passing away from the COVID. We just don't know when that day comes. We've got our phones full of thousands of contacts, 1,500, 500. Those people are all going to be gone one day. We're going to be gone one day. How many are you going to protect? How many of the people that you know you love, or how many leads are you going to buy? How many referrals? I challenge you to put a business plan together. I challenge you to put a pipeline together. I'm going to be teaching a lot or helping out a lot with building pipelines. I'm very big on that. As far as when I talk to you today, even though you tell me no today, that doesn't mean a no forever. That means no now, but I'm going to call you back in August. I'm going to call you back in December. And if you build a great pipeline, you build a good system, it will come to the top, and then you'll have a business and you'll have an opportunity. You'll wake up every week going, man, I got more people to see than I can even work with. I got people that have told me no 2 or 3 times, third time to charm. And that's what I want to help you build. I want to help you build a system, a business, to where we're not just chasing our tail and waking up every day going, where I need money, where am I going to find a lead? Where am I going to find a sale? I want to help you build a business. I want us to build a business together, okay? Because it's not about if someone's going to pass away, it's when. And we have to be there. You went through all the process to get your license, all the process to go through our screening and all that. Some of you know that. And all the process to spend time today listening to me jabber. And but anyways, I really appreciate you being on the call today. I really appreciate every single one of you. You're special to me. I want to build a business with you. I want to protect. How many people can we protect this year? How many front pews are we going to be on, or are we going to give up and get in the back and never talk to them? I challenge you, make a number 5. Find 5 people per day to talk to. And I don't care if they tell you yes, no, or indifferent. Find those 5 people and write down not this. And don't ask them, hey, are you ready today? Just say, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I protect families. I'm here to protect you. You know, I would love to help you guys out. When is a good time that I can come talk to y'all? Whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's 5 months from now, because I really want to talk to you. And don't worry about selling them anything today. Don't worry about getting their money. Don't worry about a policy. Only worry about when is the time that we can get together. Start setting those X days. Start setting those times. Put it in an Excel spreadsheet. Put it on a piece of paper. Put it on a Rolodex. Put it in your computer. I don't know. If you'll do 5 a day times 5 days a week, that's 25 a week. That's 100 per month. And you document what they said. You document what they told you, and then you set a time where you can go back and you can talk to them. Do that for 2 or 3 months for me. You'll have 300 people in your pipeline. And before you know it, you're going to be waking up in August or September, and you're going to go, oh yeah, I talked to them back in January. Now it's time for me to go get them. I talked to them in February. They said to come back around here. And you go, knock, 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 knock. Steve Austin, I'm here. You told me no twice. That's the 3rd time. And they're going to either go, you know what? Don't ever come back, or come on in. Let's talk. You're sure persistent. There must be something to this. So that's my little, I got off sidetrack. Hey, thank y'all for joining in today. Thank you for spending your time. I'll see y'all tomorrow on a different topic. care for every one of you. Happy New Year. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. As I always say in Texas, adios.